You're not crazy. You're not dramatic. You're not overthinking for no reason. You're wired this way, and nobody ever explained to you why. You don't just notice things, you feel them. Before someone finishes a sentence, you already know the tone change. Before they pull away, you feel the distance. Before something collapses, your body tightens. You've probably been told you're too sensitive, you read into everything, you overanalyze. But what they never understood is that your body learned to read rooms before it learned to relax in them. When you grow up around unpredictability, your nervous system adapts. It sharpens, it scans, it anticipates. Not because you're dramatic, because you had to be. Your amygdala, the threat detection system in the brain, became efficient, very efficient. It learned to detect micro shifts in tone, expression, silence, love, admiration. It learned that survival lies in anticipation, so now you anticipate everything. You don't wait for confirmation, you prepare for impact. That preparation feels like intuition, but most of the time it's conditioning. So when something feels calm, your body doesn't relax, it waits. Because calm used to mean something is about to shift, so peace doesn't feel safe. It feels temporary. And this is where your life gets shaped without you realizing it. In relationships, you don't fall for calm, you fall for tension, for subtle emotional distance, for intensity, for that feeling of needing to earn stability. When someone is secure, consistent, emotionally available, you don't feel fireworks, you feel uncertainty. And you wonder, why don't I feel it as strongly? But strong is what your nervous system recognizes. Strong does not mean safe. Strong means activated. And you were trained on activation. Let's go deeper neurologically. When your nervous system activates, it releases cortisol and adrenaline. Your heart rate increases, your attention narrows, your thoughts accelerate. This feels intense, alive, important. But intensity is not always connection. Sometimes it's just familiarity. And familiarity can be mistaken for chemistry. That's why you've probably experienced this. You feel magnetic pull towards someone slightly unavailable. You feel restless with someone secure. You feel anxious when things are good. And calm feels flat. You don't want drama, but your body equates drama with depth. Because depth was never modeled without intensity. And it's not just love, it's money. When things start going well, you don't relax. You anticipate loss. You think, this won't last. I should prepare. You minimize success. You stay small because expansion feels vulnerable. And vulnerability used to mean danger. Discipline works the same way. When you're consistent, when you start showing up, when you feel momentum, there's a strange discomfort. It feels exposing. Like people might expect more from you, like you can't drop the ball anymore. So you create disruption, you procrastinate, you disappear, you return to your familiar baseline, not because you lack ambition, but because consistency feels unfamiliar. Now here's the part I want you to hear carefully. Your nervous system doesn't care about your goals, it cares about predictability. Predictability equals survival, so it pulls you towards what it recognizes, even if what it recognizes is chaos. You don't sabotage love because you're broken. You sabotage calm because you don't trust it. You don't sabotage money because you hate abundance. You sabotage stability because your body hasn't learned to hold it. You don't sabotage discipline because you're lazy. You sabotage structure because stillness feels unsafe. And this is where dark feminine awakening begins. Not in becoming colder, not in detaching dramatically, but in regulating quietly. In noticing the spike, in pausing instead of reacting and asking, is this real danger or an old echo? Because anxiety is loud. It demands urgency. It says, text him, pull away first, protect yourself, prepare. Intuition is quiet. It doesn't beg, it doesn't spiral, it observes. The more unregulated you are, the louder anxiety feels. The more regulated you become, the more you can hear intuition clearly, and that's power. You are not too much. You are unregulated. You are not dramatic. You are hyper-attuned. You are not broken. You are conditioned. And conditioning can change, but recalibration is uncomfortable. Calm will feel boring at first. Stability will feel suspicious. Consistency will feel unnatural. Peace will feel empty. Until your nervous system learns that calm does not equal danger. Until it learns that stillness does not equal abandonment, until it learns that predictability can mean safety. The most powerful woman in the room is not the most reactive. She is the most regulated. She feels everything, but she is not ruled by it. She does not confuse activation for alignment. She does not confuse intensity for intimacy. She does not need chaos to feel chosen. And if you've been feeling like something is shifting inside you, like you're tired of repeating emotional cycles, like you're exhausted by your own reactions, that's awareness, not failure. You don't need to suppress your sensitivity. You need to master it. You need to slow it down. You need to separate the present from the past. You need to let calm feel safe. Because once calm feels safe, you stop chasing storms. You stop romanticizing unpredictability. You stop testing people. You stop needing proof. You stop reacting first. And you become someone different, not colder, clearer. You were wired for survival. And now you're learning how to wire for stability. And that shift, that's not weakness. That's evolution.